We're about 1 minute to live. It's kind of like a clown car situation with how small the dressing room is and what a robust band you are. I'm glad you all inflated. I think you had to roll up and suck all the air out like you were vacuum sealed.
Yeah, we're vacuum sealed. We fit into most overheads. How is everybody? Good. Good. You're in a suit. Is that so I'll say that? Okay.
Come on in, grab a seat. Okay, we got 30 seconds.
That's where it's going. That's where Guy in banana costume's headed. Guy in 3-piece.
I didn't give you my no swearing speech, so please don't swear.
I'm going to try so hard. I blew it on the air in Scotland on BBC. They had to stop the interview and apologize for me. I got it out of all the songs, and then they were asking me questions.
10 seconds. Stand by.
Shut up.
All right. This is happening. Please welcome to our Radio 104.5 Sound Studio. Voted the favorite Philadelphia band of 2019 in your obligatory year-end awards. All bow down. The Wonder Years are here.
Hi.
So there's new musical goodness in the world tomorrow. Happy EP Eve. We'll talk all about that, but it's music first here at Radio 104.5. So the Wonder Years, the stage is yours.
Thank you. We look like lightning, right? Let's do it.
How minded as a guy, I'm half awake, I know it's wrong, I swear to God it's almost Christmas. A language I don't understand. There's a shaking voice on the PA. The other passengers seem nervous and playing the song do you wanna die to? Song to you! Suddenly aware of our speed, so the world together tightly, cinch the gaps with pins and string. Beacon out there on the wing, lights the clouds from inside out, and from the ground we look like lightning. I'm playing what song do you wanna die to? What song do you? Back to us one night in a prairie town. Tornado alley, I run in a storm. They can see the dirt there under my fingernails. Just a pile of bones left on an airport floor. Bags under my eyes, forgot the space when you bought them out. So pack your things and make a break for the door. One day the things you love are gonna put you in the ground. Planning to run till I can't run anymore. Song do you wanna die to?
That is the power you have over us, the Wonder Years, live on Radio 104.5. By the way, you're welcome here any day, 365, 7 days a week. But
Thank you.
There's kind of a reason that you're here today in particular, which is there's a new EP coming out tomorrow.
I couldn't tell if you wanted me to say that or if you were going to say it.
That's
You're
okay.
leading
That's
me
all right.
along to it. Yeah, a new EP is out tomorrow, Burst and Decay Volume 2, which obviously insinuates that there was a Burst and Decay Volume 1, which there was. These are EPs. They're renditions of songs from our entire catalog that we took a look at and kind of, I don't want to say stripped down because obviously we're all up here. And actually there's more instruments. The little Cruda string quartet you may have heard coming through the pad, not live in studio, maybe showing my hand on that one for anyone listening on the radio, but the quartet is not here. But just different versions of the songs, different ways to look at them. We think it's a fun way to take another look at some songs that have become almost neglected over the years, have stopped getting played, and find a way to breathe new life into them and bring them back into the set.
So that's one of the newest songs.
Yeah, so that's one of the newest songs that got redone. That one was originally on our most recent full length, which was Sister Cities. We were in here to promote that too, but it didn't get into the live set very often, and we loved the song, and we thought let's give it a different look and get it back into the live set.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. What's the oldest song on this new one?
The one we're going to do next, actually, is the oldest song. Doesn't that work out really nice?
It does.
You didn't even know that. It's like you're clairvoyant to a degree here.
Yeah, I am taking
Prescient.
a tarot class right now.
Okay, so the questions have been answered.
With it, right. You know what? We're going to talk more after you play the song because that was the perfect segue and I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, so this is the oldest one we're doing. It's actually from a release that turned 10 years old recently, a record called The Upsides that we wrote living just south of Washington when, we're still going to Temple and living down in South Philly. It's a song called Washington Square Park.
Looking for the upsides to these panic attack nights where I'm staying and eating takeout food by TV light, and I'm trying to play the B-side to this awkward life of mine. You can flip me over and sing a few lines about how I'm so used to shooting myself in the kneecaps, standing in the way of progress, but letting down my friends. I'm nailing shards of hope together to put something over my head. Here it's always raining. It happened again. She said I let this slide when we were younger. You don't have to write like this. The whole world's full of losers. If you get a chance to win, you should take it. I stood on the roof with Matt and Molly. I watched the gray slide off the city. It's finally spring. We rode our bikes over to 6th Street to Washington Square Park to see if the tides would turn for me, and they did. I'm nailing shards of hope together to put something over my head. Here it's always raining. It happened again. She said I let this slide when we were younger. You don't have to write like this. The whole world's full of losers. If you get a chance to win, you should take it. Left a lot of blood in California. On our first trip out west, I was younger and restless back then, and I thought, if no one's in my corner, since everyone left, I better make it worth it. I lost a lot of blood in California on our first trip out west. I was younger and restless back then, and I thought, you know what's in my corner, since everyone left, I better make it worth it. Lost a lot of blood in California on our first trip out west. I was younger and restless.
Thank you.
We're live with the Wonder Years on Radio 104.5. That is the Burst in Decay Volume 2 version of Washington Square Park. That new EP is out tomorrow, all like reimagined, kind of stripped back, sort of, ish,
Yeah.
in spirit anyhow, versions of old songs, that one being the oldest one you're visiting on this new EP. So that's a very obvious, that song's a very obvious way that Philly has sort of ingrained itself in your music and place the idea of places in your music. What's the most low-key way you feel like Philly just sneaks in and you might not even know it until like days, weeks, months, years later, like, oh my gosh, that was totally a Philly thing?
Like a thing that I didn't realize, or a thing that people might not realize?
No, you,
lyrically?
like in general, like.
Huh. I think that it might just be like the kind of general way that we've always looked at doing everything. I think everyone, if you ask anyone about Philly, yeah, everyone talks about blue collar, everyone talks about grit, everyone talks about hard work. It's like kind of the heartbeat of what Philadelphia is. Any Eagles Super Bowl montage you're going to watch is going to be, set to Dreams and Nightmares, and it's going to be someone saying, this is a lunch pail town, right? But I think that that's the way that we approached everything. Is there's always a solution. We'll always find a way out. It doesn't matter. Did we miss our flights home from Germany? We don't know how to figure it out. We'll find a way home. Did our van break down in the middle of the desert in Texas? We'll figure out a way to get it jumped and get to the next city. We're always going to find the solution to the problem. We're always going to outwork whatever the problem is. And I think that's so Philadelphian.
I love that. I feel like we should be cheering for that, by the way.
I feel like everyone's got this. I've watched people when we finish songs, and everyone's like, do we clap? Should we clap? Is it going to be on the radio? If we clap, maybe I shouldn't clap.
No, this is clapping dance. I mean, maybe this is not the most appropriate dancing. We're all about whatever you do with musical things. Here, this is a musical thing. Here.
I think also if you listen to the Wonder Years, the chances are that you're like a pretty anxious person. I'm sorry to typecast everybody, but like I know that if I was there, I'd be like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Will I look stupid if I do it? What if I'm the only one who does it? I hate like comedy shows where everyone's like, clap if you're single. And I'm like, well, I'm here with my wife, so I won't clap. And they're like, clap if you're with someone. I'm like, don't tell me what to do. I will decide when I clap.
What do you find more challenging, writing new songs or putting this crazy self-imposed twist on these older songs, neglected songs? Is it much more challenging to write new songs?
It's harder to write new songs. It's harder to synthesize a thought from like nothing, like somewhere in your subconscious, like an idea erupts and you're like, I must build something around that. Is definitely way harder. At least with this, we say, okay, the song exists, so there's a template here to work from. And then we just kind of think like, okay, like thesis statement, what do you want to do to this one? Like, how can we start to reinvigorate this song, think about it from a different angle, and then we just try that. And if it works, we do it. And if it doesn't, we scrap it and try something else. But the baseline is always already there, which is nice.
Yeah, it's almost like, for me, putting myself in that, and I don't have a musician's brain at all, it's like, how do you unlearn old habits almost? And that seems like a great challenge as well. So it's all magic to me.
That is a challenge, and playing them is a challenge because there's the full electric, loud versions of the songs. And then for some of these, there's like a version what we've done in like, record stores, like when you do in stores or like kind of these like pop-up acoustic performances where it's just, we don't get the luxury of the bass and the drums. It's like, there's no amplification, just what can you do with your guitars and a voice. And so there's like those versions, and then there's these versions. And so sometimes you're like, wait, which version of We Look Like Lightning do we do this thing, or in which version does there no bass, so we have to pick out this part on the guitar. That gets challenging.
Oh, I can only imagine. I'm already like super stressed out thinking about you doing that. So we have a lot more to talk about, and we have more music. I want to talk to you about the last time you were here, about the shows that are coming up. In the Philly show next month is sold out, though. Pro tip: we do have a few tickets set aside that we're maybe going to be giving away next week. So,
I didn't know that. That's exciting news.
Pro tip. So we're going to talk about all of those things. So if you're listening right now on the radio, hit up radio1045.com. We are continuing with the Wonder Years live on Radio 1045.
To the internet.
Okay, now, if you swear, nobody's gonna get mad.
Okay.
You're
But how do I
totally
get that $1,000?
There's a keyword. Oh, you missed the keyword. You gotta text chill to 200.
Someone get my phone.
200. That's CHILL to 200.
Guys, I really need that money. Please come to the shows.
Not really. I mean, the Philly show is like super sold out.
Philly show has been sold out, yeah. And so's Asbury and so's New York. But if anybody here does want to come to a show and didn't get a ticket and didn't win or doesn't plan on winning the contest somehow, Baltimore's still available, and not as bad of a drive as you think that it is.
No, totally worth it.
Plus, there's a Waffle House on the way, so maybe worth it.
Is that a tried and true, somebody who's been on the road a lot, like, ooh, Waffle House? Is that a lifesaver sometimes?
Early on it was, and then it got to a point where we're like, okay, that was 8 days straight of Waffle House. Maybe we should pull back.
Yeah, how many times in a row can I eat hash
We
browns?
will say,
between saver and taker of lies.
yeah.
Can get blurred real quick.
Our guitar tech, LJ, will tell you often that the first time he went on tour with us, he was on tour with us for 6 weeks, and he gained 15 pounds. Because we're like, another Waffle House?
And I don't know that there are really any good choices there. You're like, even if you're trying, you're like, oh, but the French toast sounds so good.
Yeah, you could probably get like egg whites and like
I don't know, man.
I don't know if they have them. They might throw the whites out.
I'm not going to stand for this Waffle House slang.
Yeah.
No, I'm all in. I recommended
Microphone. But
I recommended people go to a show 2 hours away to stop at the Waffle House.
Not for the show,
I mean, look,
specifically
for
because.
$6, you're getting like 3 or 4 plates of food. It's
I
too
legitimately
good.
looked into franchising one. I'm like, can I put a Waffle House in Fishtown? You can't. They're not franchisable.
Oh, no way. Really?
Yeah, you can't franchise one. You can franchise a Huddle House, but that's
I don't even know what that is.
it's like
Fake Waffle House.
Diet Waffle House. It's exactly the same. It's
The-
just like red and blue instead of black.
the logo
Okay.
is identical. It's like how Smashburger ripped off GameStop's logo, and it's very confusing when you're driving past one. This isn't on the air, right? Smashburger's not gonna sue
We're just
me.
hanging out now.
Everybody watch out! I'm mowing down corporations out here.
I went to an urgent care last time I was sick that their logo looked exactly like a Froyo place. I was like, do I trust this or not?
Was it? I know exactly which one you're thinking of. I don't want to say because I've already gone too far. There's already too many lawyers writing my name at the top of whatever subpoenas right now.
I'm still alive. I'm a walking endorsement. It's totally cool. Well, yeah,
The toppings, like good deals. Huh?
Toppings.
What are the
Yeah.
deals on toppings?
They should have that like in the lobby while
Yeah.
you wait. We have totally devolved here. It's okay.
That's okay. We're on the internet. We do what we want now.
So, the Fillmore show, March 21st. I almost said May. We don't want to wait that long. It's going to be in support of this sort of stripped back sort of thing you're doing.
Sure.
So half, like a set of this.
Yeah, so we're doubling up on sets for sure. Yeah, we're so there's 3 support bands and they're all awesome and you should see all of them. It's Pool Kids, Spanish Love Songs. We put out a record last week called Brave Faces, everyone, that is phenomenal. And then Free Throw, and then we're gonna come up and do a Burst and Decay style set, and then leave for a minute, reset the stage, and then we're coming back and we're doing the full classic Wonder Years, very very loud set that we do.
Earplugs, please, if you're
Yeah.
going. Earplugs. I say earplugs only, and I also nag because I care and I want you to hear a Wonder Year show in 10 more years or 20 more years.
I might
so-
not be able to. So
Well, okay, we can hope. The longest shows that you've ever played.
we think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's
probably.
I haven't gone back and looked at every single set list, but I think that it's probably the most songs in a night from us. So people did bring up that in support of a couple records ago in The Greatest Generation, we did do 4 shows in 24 hours. So we played Philly, New York, Chicago, and LA in one 24-hour span, and that was more songs. But it's technically 4 shows, so.
So getting bang for your buck when you drive down to Baltimore and stop at the Waffle House.
For sure.
Go and see the show. How do you get A, mentally, but B, also physically prepared for that? Because I wonder your show is a very physical experience.
Sure, and especially, I mean, I had my son is 10 months old now, so he was born and then it was like the gym became not super an option anymore. But I've recently been trying. I got another Planet Fitness membership and have been running on the elliptical to try to get to the point where I'm going to be able to breathe through the amount of songs we're playing. Yeah, and then we started rehearsals, and I try to push as hard as I can at the rehearsals now to just be like, if you're gonna blow your voice out, do it here. You know, do it in Nick's basement instead of on stage at the Fillmore. So get that out of the way early.
Have Nick's neighbors complained about the noise?
Nick?
Look, I haven't met my neighbors. They're fine.
Nick's lived there for 2 years.
3, actually.
3 years.
Well, I think if they tolerated our Limp Bizkit rehearsal, I think
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we're fine.
I'm sorry, what?
You didn't know Halloweens we try to do, whenever we can, we do a Halloween extravaganza where we do an in costume cover set.
Right.
So this year we did Limp Bizkit, which actually was so unbelievably fun. We had a blast doing that.
Yeah, that's so fun.
But yeah, Nick's neighbors had to, and they also like, they're not getting a lot of the stuff because it's just in our in-ears. There's no PA there. So it's just like the bass line from Nookie over and over again. They're like, what's happening?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe the best part.
I forgot all about that, so thank you for that refresher reminder.
You're very welcome.
A reminder, you will have Head Count with you out on
We
tour.
sure will. Yeah, Head
it's
Count.
not like there's anything important going on where maybe you might want
Yeah.
to be registered to vote or anything
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
nothing coming up where you might want to be registered, so it's not super. No, it's obviously incredibly, unbelievably important. And also, I think a lot of our fan base is maybe like, not a lot, but a decent proportion of them might be 22 and didn't get to vote in the last election and maybe haven't registered because there wasn't a national election or they didn't, tune into the midterms or maybe they weren't old enough then. Regardless, Head Count is going to be at the shows in the merch area, so you can just register to vote while you're, in between bands, while you're waiting to buy merch, while you're waiting for a drink at the bar, whatever it is. We made it as easy as we possibly could to get everybody registered to vote. So your opportunity awaits you.
Thank you, and thank you for doing that.
Is everyone here registered? Yes? Yes? If you're not, I'm not shaming you. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to just say there's an opportunity to register. Yeah. Now would be a great time to register.
before
Absolutely.
Our Pennsylvania primary on April 28th.
Before the Pennsylvania primary, April 28th. So, no, I like that, and thank you for doing that. And frankly, I mean, it makes it seem cooler because it's happening at a Wonder Year show.
Voting
right?
is punk, is what we're saying.
Right, totally. Okay.
We're being as clear as we possibly can. Voting is punk.
Very last thing I want to talk to you about before we do one more song before the very last thing. Last time you were here, we did Live at 5, and we asked bands to do a cover.
Sure.
And initially, you had sort of decided it would be REM Losing My Religion. And then we were like, so here's the thing. We have this sound restriction in the building, blah, 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 blah. And you ended up doing Hey Julie.
Hey Julie,
instead,
Fountains of Wayne, yeah.
which was great. But I think we completely forgot or maybe didn't even know that the REM cover was going to be a thing. And then all of a sudden, like, it surfaces a year or so later. Here's the thing I want to ask, because I don't know if we're in the same-ish age range, but I used to drive around. I didn't drive when I was a kid, when the first song came out, in a minivan with my whole family, and that song was such a massive hit that like the whole family, my mom, my dad, my little sister and I, in our minivan with the windows down, like singing along to Losing My Religion. So you're doing that with your cover to a whole new
I hope
generation
so.
of families.
We did that specifically for y'all. We were like, oh, they want to cover, and we were like, what about Losing My Religion? And we were like, what if we made it crushingly heavy, just so loud? We went in and we thought, let's make it as loud as we possibly can and super bottom heavy and really, really thick. And then we were like, hey, we're ready to do it. And they're like, oh, so you have to be very quiet. And we're like, oh. We made it as loud as we possibly could. We took it so far the other way. And so we pulled Hey Julie out of a hat and did that. But we talked to the label. Josh was here today. And we were like, hey, we really like this Losing My Religion cover we did. Can we record it? And they let us record it, and now it's available for streaming. And we crossed our fingers. We're like, maybe because we made it for 104.5, they'll start playing it. And I don't know if you did.
We did play it.
You did play it? Thank you very much.
A bunch.
Really?
And
That's
still
so
do
nice.
play it, actually.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, we thought it was a really cool version of it. And yeah, like I definitely was in like my mom's like hatchback Honda Civic in like the back corner of the car thinking like, I'm here in the corner. That's me in the spotlight.
Do you know, like, does the band have to sign off for you to be able to
No,
do that and put
no,
it out?
no.
Like, how does that work?
You can cover pretty much anything. You just have to pay, the royalties on the songwriting royalties, right? Joe, nod for me. Thank you. Our manager has confirmed that is the correct way to do that. So we did it, and it's available for you to listen to anywhere you stream music or on 104.5.
Yeah, and radio1045.com. It's always archived there, too. All right. I could talk to you for a million years, but you have more music for us, and we probably all have things to go and do. I don't know. So how about I'm going to give it back to you. The stage is yours. We couldn't be happier you're here on Album Release Eve.
Thank you very much. We decided we should do one from the first Burst in Decay, too, to, honor that release a little bit, too. So this is originally from No Closer to Heaven, and then done on Burst in Decay Volume 1. It's a song for Ernest Hemingway. Case, can I get the key from you? Thanks, bud.
Sky goes from concrete to charcoal. I'm laying on my back on the roof. I'm gonna shoot these clouds full of holes. I need some fucking light to pour through, 'cause December's got me up against the ropes, and I don't know how to get loose. I can't get feeling back in my toes. I'm walking in circles with you like we're lost Canadian geese. I should be south of here already. Be your dead bird, you'll be my bloodhound. You're just doing what you're told. Pick my body off the ground. You're dead bird, I'm hanging from your mouth. You're doing what you're told. Gonna make your master proud. It's good to know I didn't die for nothing. Staring at Hemingway's shotgun, I picture him drinking alone. He's forgetting things that he wouldn't have before. His eyesight's starting to go, and I heard all about how his plane went down after Christmas in the Congo. He read about his own death in the paper. I bet it was freeing to know when you destroy anything worth chasing, there's nowhere left to go. I'll be a dead bird, you'll be my bloodhound. You're just doing what you're told. Pick my body off the ground. You dead bird, I'm hanging from your mouth. You're doing what you're told. Gonna make your master proud. It's good to know I didn't die for nothing. December's got me back into a corner again. My ears are back, my teeth are showing. I'm coming through the wreck, trying to find where I've been. I still get phantom pains from a safer distance. I'll be a dead bird, you'll be my bloodhound. You're just doing what you're told. Pick my body off the ground. You dead bird, I'm hanging from your mouth. You're doing what you're told. Gonna make your master proud. It's good to know I didn't die for nothing. December's got me back into a corner again. My ears are back, I didn't die for nothing. I'm coming through the wreckage, trying to find where I've been. I still get phantom pains, but I didn't die for nothing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We got big mad Philly love for the Wonder Year. Seriously, such a treat. Like, this is the best part of the week. We wish you could stay forever, but we know you have a new EP. You got to get out there and get out into the world tomorrow. So, Burst in Decay Volume 2 is out tomorrow. We got the Fillmore show super sold out next month, but tickets next week on Radio 104.5. Just saying. And keep on coming back. Keep on keeping us posted. Stay healthy and happy out on the road. And yeah, we love you. Thank you for being here.
We love you too. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for the
All right,
support. Thank you all for
thank
coming and
you.
hanging out in the middle of the day. Back there? Is there?
Yep.
Are there photos?
Uh-huh.